Welcome back to The American Rancher. In this next segment, we're going to visit with the Braunvieh Association and learn about this outstanding breed that's generating some interest in today's beef industry. Braunvieh are a docile breed. The name in English means brown cow. These cattle originated from the Swiss Alps and are long, strong, and correct beef-type animals. Due to their desirable traits of reproductive efficiency, adaptability, and carcass quality, Braunvieh are used in all major countries of the world.
I was first attracted to Braunvieh cattle as a packer buyer. I bought cattle for about 10 years from one of the major packing plants, and also worked in a grid program for that for 7 years. And as I was looking for cattle that would just be able to both marble and have lower yield grades, Braunvieh cattle always delivered that. As I was looking for cattle that had a longer marketing window, that didn't get over fat and would still marble on the front side of that, Braunvieh cattle seem to consistently do that. And where this is real valuable in a grid, you can have choice cattle and not have the overfats. And that really worked when I was managing a grid program to find Braunvieh cattle that would dollar up every time.
2 years ago, we were approached by the American Braunvieh Association, and they were interested in doing performance testing and feed efficiency testing on large groups of bulls from different breeders around the United States. We undertook that task, and that was really some of the first Braunvieh bulls that we had ever fed. Very impressed with the bulls overall. Good solid performance and very interesting and very good carcass traits, ultrasound data.
The National Braunvieh Influencer Bull Test Sale will offer 50 performance-tested Braunvieh bulls and 80 commercial Braunvieh females. The sale will be broadcast on RFD TV on October 27th at 1 p.m. Central. This will be a video-only sale with video on bulls and females available for viewing on braunviehbull.com or on superiorlivestock.com. You can also view bulls anytime between now and the sale at Green Springs Bull Test, Nevada, Missouri, with a special open house being held at noon, October 26th. You can attend the auction to buy Braunvieh bulls and females, which will be held in Kansas City, Missouri, on site at the American Royal headquarters in the second floor Governor's Room. Or you can watch the sale on RFD TV and register through Superior Livestock and make your purchases through them. The bulls will have individual performance test data, including residual feed intake, gain, breeding soundness, and ultrasound data. While these bulls have been contributed by Braunvieh breeders across the country, they have all been on test as a large test group and developed together in Nevada, Missouri, at the respected Green Springs Bull Test Facility under the care of manager Kent Abele.
I think the Braunvieh offer a fairly unique situation, especially in the terms of continental cattle. They seem to be adequate in performance, but they give us an added edge, especially in marbling. They perform as good as most of the continental cattle. We've had some Braunvieh bulls that have performed very well. But they're like all the breeds. I mean, that's why we test them. We find the ones that don't perform as well and the ones that are really outliers as far as performance and carcass traits and efficiency.
Introducing performance-tested Braunvieh bulls to your commercial cow herd takes a lot of the guesswork out of your bull buying decisions. The history of added value brought by using Braunvieh bulls just makes the decision to buy Braunvieh bulls that much easier. Many producers buy Braunvieh bulls with retained ownership in mind to capitalize on Braunvieh added feed efficiency and harvest value. But if you prefer to market your calves at weaning, Braunvieh has a marketing plan in place for you. Braunvieh bulls bought through the Influencer Bull Sale carry the guarantee that the first 3 years' progeny can be marketed to Braunvieh Beef LLC. Braunvieh Beef LLC buys Braunvieh sired calves and puts them on feed, and at harvest collect carcass data that you can then have access to. This program provides a premium opportunity you can take advantage of on all calves sired by bulls bought through the National Braunvieh Influencer Bull Sale.
Also at the Great Western Beef Expo, the Braunvieh cattle over a 14 to 15 year time period They also were the lowest converting breed of cattle, of any cattle that were there consistently. So over 14 years, they were the breed that had the best feed efficiency. And that's what we're really finding as we're testing these bulls for this national bull test through the Braunvieh Association. We are the first breed out there to have a format for members to turn in feed efficiency to the association. And we're very serious as a breed in measuring feed efficiency. Every bull that you can buy in the National Bull Test sale will be individually feed efficiency tested.
The Braunvieh Influencer Sale is also offering commercial Braunvieh females for sale. The hand-picked females are from Braunvieh breeders in Wyoming, Colorado, Nebraska, North Carolina, and Virginia. Packages of 5 to 10 head of open and bred Braunvieh females will be offered. Braunvieh cows are highly sought after by commercial cattle producers for their productivity and longevity. Many producers who introduce Braunvieh cows to their herd come looking for more after they find those cows are their best producers and are still in their cow herd years longer than other breeds. Data on the JHL Ranch from Nebraska confirms this. When comparing Angus sired and Braunvieh sired replacement females introduced into their cow herd from 1998 to 2001. Today, 47% of the 224 head of Braunvieh cows are still in the herd, while 28% of the 373 Angus cows remain. There is no better choice for replacement females that can produce and capitalize on hybrid vigor than Braunvieh cross females. View this offering on braunviehbull.com or superiorlivestock.com. Cattlemen, make plans to watch the National Braunvieh Influencer Bull Test Sale on Monday, October 27th at 1 p.m. Central here on RFD TV. For more information, log on to braunviehbull.com or call 402-466-3292. Cattlemen across the country are discovering the value of Braunvieh cattle on both the bull and female ends of production. Watch for the Braunvieh Influencer Sale on October 27th here on RFD TV. You're watching The American Rancher. Stay with us. Braunvieh cattle have been recognized for a number of positive traits on both the maternal and carcass sides of beef production. As we'll see on today's show, these cattle are working in all parts of the country. The brown cattle with the white muzzle that always seem to be the cows that stay in the herd longer than everything else, or the steers you hear about winning carcass contests, are Braunvieh. Braunvieh found their way to the U.S. from the Swiss Alps, where they are known for being hardy, dual-purpose mountain cattle. The world population of Braunvieh is over 7 million head. Herd books are being kept by breeders' associations in 42 countries. The Braunvieh Association of America was organized and incorporated in 1984. In the last 24 years, the Braunvieh Association has entered 60,000 animals into their herd book. Outside the town of Seguin in South Texas, Broken Oak Ranch is a large Braunvieh operation in the hot and humid climate of the Lone Star State. The operation is owned by Larry Strudoff.
We started out, we were running Brangus cattle, and how we got started is we bought cattle that were bred to a Braunvieh bull. Didn't know what a Braunvieh bull was, didn't have a clue, but they were good efforts, so we bought them. And when weaning time came, and after they were born, we saw the performance difference in the pasture, so we searched them out. And we went and bought Braunvieh bulls to put on our cattle specifically for that, and that's about 12 years ago. We think that the Braunvieh breed brings so many good things to the commercial market and to the marketability of the beef that needs to be in there, so we focus on that. Not only do we have purebred and full-blood Braunvieh, but we also have half-bloods, which are Angus-based, and we also are involved with the Simbrave breed that we have started with the Simbra.
Broken Oak is the complete Braunvieh operation, with cattle numbering near 1,000 head. The ranch is managed by Eric Dilling.
We calve all our cows here at the home place. All the cow-calf pairs are here till they hit a certain age, then they go off into the lease land and then the other two places. Most of the herd bulls stay here on the place, so we can keep an eye on them every day. The type of grass we run mainstay is coastal, and the land that goes from sand to rock, hilly. It really tells you what your cattle will do, especially on the rocky part. We keep most of our bulls down at the house, and that's rock from front to back, and it really lets you know what your bulls are going to do as far as soundness.
2001, we had the opportunity to feed some of our crossbred Braunvieh steers, and we used a local guy here that has a background in yard. He's got a feedlot in Kansas, and we sent him up to him, and about 45 days later he called and said, I got a problem. I can't get these calves to eat. I've never fed Braunvieh influenced cattle before, and they're not eating enough. And with our experience that we had here, like with developing bulls on the ranch, we knew that they were going to be probably not eating as much as what you were used to seeing, because they're a little bit easier doing cattle, and they convert better with less poundage. So after several days of discussion back and forth, he ended up going out with pen riders, pulled them out and seen what their gains were. We ran the gains and that, and they were gaining well. I mean, he's well within what he was. We were both very happy with what the gains were. And it was interesting for me, and it was interesting for him, what the learning curve was on the first time that he'd fed Braunvieh cattle. One of the things I'd like to point out, it's a different frame size course you'll find from us here. Every herd is different, no matter what your trait trends need to be. Sometimes you need to take a cut down the height of your cattle, make them easier doing, pull a little leg out from underneath them without giving up that body and that thickness. We've got bulls like that for you. That's what Braunvieh will do for you. If you need to go the other way, we've got some bulls that'll add some leg back underneath your cattle. If you've been pulling it down, feel like you just need a little tick bit back into them, we've got the bulls to do it. All Braunvieh bulls are not the same. We can add and subtract, and that's the thing that we can do with Braunvieh. There's so many different types, body types that you can use.
The program at Broken Oak is quite thorough, as Larry and Eric comb through their sale cattle very vigorously to ensure that their customers are receiving very sound Braunvieh bulls and females.
Culling process starts from the day the calf's born, and birth weight comes right into it, calving ease, everything like that. And then as you go through the program with them, as they grow here and develop here on the ranch, there's just two things that you just do not put up with. One is high strung, and if they got bad feet. Because if they got a bad temperament and they can't walk nowhere, they're no good to you and they're no good to me.
Well, Joker, we use him exclusively just about on all of our heifers that are not too close in pedigree. He's a calving easing bull, small birth weights, averaging somewhere around 76 to 78 pounds.
One of the things, that has probably been one of the issues in the Braunvieh breed in years past is, and a lot of talk in the industry about, is calving ease and birth weights. And we have, as a breed and as a group of breeders, I'm very proud of what the Braunvieh breed has done with that. In our program here, this has been one of our priorities, was to keep an eye on the calving weight, birth weights, but the calving ease, that's our first criteria. It's exciting to see the growth that's happening in the Braunvieh breed and to be part of that. The days get long, the times get hot, and there's days that you wish, man, I just wish we weren't doing this, but it's all part of it. I don't care what you're doing. It's fun.
Welcome back to The American Rancher. Braunvieh cattle have been recognized for a number of positive traits on both the maternal and carcass side of beef production. As we'll see on today's show, these cattle are working in all parts of the country. In the heart of the Nebraska Sandhills, outside the town of Ashby, Art and Mary Brownlee of the JHL Ranch have been involved with Braunvieh cattle since 1991.
When we started, we had a particular product in mind, an end product, Mary and I did, and we wanted to produce something that we like to eat. It was really pretty simple. We started tracking our cattle, started pushing our cattle with ownership through to the feedlot, and then tracking by herd originally. We had them separated by herd, Gelbvieh herd, Angus bred herd, Braunvieh bred herd. And when we first started doing that, our Braunvieh bred herds, the rail data information was 5% greater ribeye, 5% better marbling than the other two herds. And since that time, the Braunvieh have equaled or bettered whatever else we've used on the ranch.
Many producers who introduce Braunvieh cows to their herd come looking for more after they find those cows are their best producers. Data on the JHL ranch confirms this when comparing Angus-sired and Braunvieh-sired replacement females introduced into their cow herd from 1998 to 2001.
Those cows that are 12, 14 years old, the Braunvieh cows, the udders don't deteriorate. They've got the fresh look of a 4- and 5-year-old cow a lot of times, and you have to look at the tag to make sure which decade that cow was born in. And after 18 years and tracking the number of open cows we've had percentage-wise, tracking what cycle those cows are being bred up in, and tracking how long they're staying in the herd, the Braunvieh are equal or better to the Angus genetics or the Gelbvieh genetics we originally started with.
The success of the Braunvieh cattle at the JHL ranch has prompted Art and Mary Brownlee to pursue a registered herd.
With the Braunvieh cattle and with the herd as a whole, we're sitting around 90% choice and about 50% upper 2/3 in our cattle. But the Braunvieh traditionally in our program will show a lower yield grade than their other cattle have, and we'll do that at a higher marbling rate. So if you want to push that, it gives us more flexibility both ways. And when we do get a higher choice grade, an upper 2/3 choice grade with the yield grade too, the premiums are very good on the grids for that.
The Braunvieh Association of America and the Nebraska Cattlemen's Association have nominated the JHL Ranch for the prestigious Beef Improvement Federation's Commercial Producer of the Year Award. Ron Bowles is the Executive Vice President of the Braunvieh Association of America. Ron is an experienced cattleman that has come to know Braunvieh cattle through his personal contact and through his background in academia.
We don't want to leave you with the impression that Braunvieh are only good as a terminal breed for carcass merit. They also excel in maternal function, feet and legs. In fact, I'd claim that they're the most perfect footed cattle I've ever been around. They excel in udder quality, fleshing ability, oftentimes with minimal supplementation. They also excel in fertility. All these, of course, would lead to greater cow longevity. And of course, cow longevity is a huge economic driver to a commercial cow-calf producer because it reduces the expensive heifer development costs.
In the dry and open country outside Yoder, Colorado, Russell Freeman, president of the Braunvieh Association of America, knows firsthand about the adaptability of the breed to get along well in challenging environments.
Up to 2002, we ran commercial cows, and in 2002, we only had an annual rainfall of 2.5 inches, and in that year, 50% of the cattle left eastern Colorado. All our cows left too. I'd been studying breeds of cattle and was looking for a program, something I could believe in and put effort into. And the more breeds of cattle I studied, the more I liked the Braunvieh cattle. So we started buying small herds of Braunvieh cattle, and now run about 150 registered cows here.
At times, the beef industry can get single-minded on what a certain breed brings to the table. Russell researched Braunvieh thoroughly before he purchased any.
What we don't hear a lot of, but what Braunvieh will excel at, is the mother cow. And there's a lot of breeds that are just focused on EPDs and focused on single trait selections that have lost sight of just a great cow. And Braunvieh sure carry that through, whether it's feet and legs, whether it's udders, whether it's mother ability. Here in eastern Colorado, you can see we got big pastures. Cows have to walk up to a mile or a little over to get to water every day, and Braunvieh cows hold up.
At the 2009 NCBA convention in Phoenix, the Braunvieh Association of America provided cattle for the Grow Safe Systems Challenge. Braunvieh are at the forefront of recognized feed-efficient breeds and are leading the industry in identifying efficient bloodlines.
This will be our third sale and our third group of bulls we've tested. As breeders, we're doing a lot better job of selecting cattle, and the bulls that are back there, I think, are the best we've sent so far. We're excited to see how the information and data is just coming back on some of those bulls, and we're real excited about them.
Russell believes that the Braunvieh Association is growing and is on the move.
The State of the Union is we're a growing breed association, and we're excited about the growth we've had so far and where we're going. A few of the things that are we're most excited about is having Ron Bowles on board with as our new executive vice president. Our GPS online software registration program is up and running, and we're having our third bull test and sale coming up in April. And also we had a great showing in Phoenix at the NCBA conference with some Braunvieh heifers out there. I think the breeders are excited about a breed that's moving forward, and we're seeing growth and a lot of interest, and it's an exciting time to be in the cattle business.
All bulls in the National Braunvieh Influencer Bull Test Sale are individually examined for residual feed intake. They have been developed as a large test group together in Nevada, Missouri, at the respected Green Springs Bull Test Facility under the care of manager Kent Abele. Contrary to a sometimes circulated myth, Braunvieh are not crossbred or hybrid cattle.
Braunvieh cattle are not a cross between Brahman and Gelbvieh. Major misperception within the cattle industry. They are their own breed, actually imported from Switzerland. Here today we have a representative sample of the Braunvieh and Braunvieh influenced bulls on test. These bulls are evaluated for other things in addition to RFI, obviously average daily gain, adjusted 365-day or yearling weight. The bulls have also been ultrasound scanned for external fat thickness, ribeye area, and marbling. They're also, of course, semen checked or go through a complete breeding sounds examination. Of the roughly 144 bulls that began this year's National Braunvieh Bull Test, only about 75 or 80 bulls will actually be able to jump through all those hoops and make it to the sale.
The National Braunvieh Influencer Bull Test Sale comes your way this April 8th from Nevada, Missouri, and will be broadcast on RFD TV. Auction begins at 1 p.m. Central. Video of sale bulls will be available for viewing prior to auction on braunviehbull.com or on superiorlivestock.com. You can also view bulls anytime between now and the sale at Green Springs Bull Test, Nevada, Missouri. When we come back, we'll visit with Braunvieh operations in some very scenic country in Virginia and North Carolina. This is the American Rancher. Don't go away.